Hello everybody, this is Paige Danziger, and today I'm at the Horizon Art School. And it is Climate Friday, and I'm excited to connect with you. It's been a couple of Fridays, and I love Climate Fridays. Sometimes we do a social activity and gather with friends to do a challenge hackathon, and some Fridays I do a live stream how to build something and talk and share thoughts about climate. Today I want to share an experience with you about my week. Yesterday I went outside and the weather felt so excellent. It felt like the sun was just radiating on me. It was, like 35 Fahrenheit, and it truly was like, I felt like it was spring. However, it's just early March, and it's not really spring yet. It's still supposed to be winter. We're still going to have winter here, and when it's unseasonably warm in the a nice day when it's supposed to be wintry, then we know that climate changes are apparent. It's not supposed to be really warm. It's supposed to be cold and wintry. But when it is warmer days, that feels really nice. But in Minnesota and the northern states and above, like in Canada and Alaska, it's been unseasonably or non-traditionally, by our records, warm, like 5 degrees warmer. And this causes more extreme weather, more precipitation and condensation up to our clouds, and more severe lake storms and extreme weather like blizzards and extreme temperatures. There was even a blizzard that went all the way to Texas, right? That's an example of these extreme conditions. So today, it's blue sky-ish. There's snow that has melted all around, right? Big patches of snow melted, and we need to make it more wintry. And so we're going to do some things where we make it more wintry. And one way we're going to do is we're going to work with different gizmos, shapes, and sounds to make it more wintry. And in the process, we're going to make it so cold that we need to wear a hat, a Horizon Art School hat. And our hat, we're going to make it by grouping together shapes that we stretch, manipulate, and change. We're going to use text gizmos for our hat. And then we're going to make a interactive pom-pom that will change color when we test it, like this, and then reset. Ta-da! Let's try it again. So we're going to make our own interactive hat, and first we're going to have to make it so cold feeling in this world that we even think that we need a hat. So right now, I don't think so. So the first thing we're going to do is probably delete this one. Or we could keep it knowing that someone could join us and then we have a hat for them. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So, ready to pop into builder mode? Let's go. I'm going to use my hand triggers and pull down on my joystick into builder mode now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so this is builder mode, and I'm able to rotate and scale my world by holding in on the inside of my controllers, the triggers. And while we're here, we have an environment gizmo. Right away, I know that we could change the lighting in the day effect here to be more wintry. So let's do that. Let's add, we have sunrise, sunset, overcast night, midnight, twilight, winter sky. And we could even give it a little tiny bit of fog. Let's already go down and see what that feels like. That's very wintry feeling. But maybe too much fog, because that's a lot of moisture. Let's dry it out. Yeah, that's a more wintry sky, when it's like deep, deep blue, but cold, icy. Yeah. Okay, so now it's more of a winter sky. And we have music right now, but it doesn't sound like winter at all. So let's explore what some of our building functions are. I'm gonna come out into space and leave our world there. Press our left thumb menu open. And here I have shapes, gizmos, and sounds on the left menu. And bottom array of shapes, or this tool menu, paint, world details and capacity, reset the world, and building settings for player variables. So this is our menu. So let's open up. We're going to make it more wintry sounding. And so let's click on sounds. And here are sounds. We have sound effects, backgrounds, and music. And we have a lot of options. Look at them all. I mean, we can just scroll way down anywhere and almost stop and just hope that there's something wintry. There's so many options. Let's see what some of the... Let's have some strong wind. I changed from sound effects into background. And let's add some sound wind. And I'm just going... Strong wind. And I'm just going to open it right here. Set it right here in my, like, gizmo stack. So this is the music that I'm playing. This is my wind. And this is my winter sky. Let's go down and test. Oh, yeah. Can you hear the wind? Brr. Already it's kind of getting more shivery here. Oh, brr. Okay, so we're on to something. Now let's build ourselves a hat and talk more about climate. Okay, let's pop into our shape menu. And we have 15 primitive shapes. Let's select... Oops. Okay, so we select one by putting our cursor into a shape. Once it becomes highlighted with a yellow box, we pull it out. And we activate that pull with our trigger finger. Once we let go of that trigger finger, but with our cursor still in the box, we see these sort of boxes and little arrow guides, and when we select one, we're able to stretch it. Stretch, And we're also able to stretch just by holding on to our shapes with our fingers on the trigger and holding it down. So I'm scaling it or I'm stretching it. I'm also able to duplicate it. And I'll teach you more about duplication shortly. So here's the top of our hat. I'm going to select and make another shape to make a brim. I'm going to scale it to the size I want. That's a perfect rim. I'll make my hat a little taller. And now we need a pom-pom. And here's our pom-pom. This one's going to be big to fit my top bun. And let's go ahead and paint. Paint our hat. Alright. I love this hat already. Let's add another gizmo. Let's add a gizmo. So we have triggers, doors, text, spawn points, sound recorders, particle effects, script, environment, and trail effects. We're going to build a script. I have the script. I have an example of a script here. For the other hat, and what we're going to do is do something similar. We're just going to make a new script like this for this hat. So let's close this script out and set it over here, and we're going to pull out a new script, a trigger, and this time we're going to add something special to our hat, and let's add a sparkly particle effect that will only activate when we tell it to. And when we tell it to, it'll loop. Okay. We have all the ingredients now. Except for something I forgot, is to add a letter H. For Horizon Art School. Oops. And we're going to paint our H. And now we're going to duplicate something. So here's our H. We're selecting it. And on my panel of tools on my controller, I'm going to move the joystick over to the right to duplicate. And now I have another one. Let's change the color. And we're going to set these two together, like a little shadow. And let's group two objects. We group two objects by holding down our finger trigger and selecting the two objects, letting go our trigger, and seeing the group icon, moving the joystick to the left, and here we got it. Yeah! Let's scale it and add it to our hat. Okay. That's a wonderful looking hat. Now let's make the pom-pom change colors. And we're going to do that with our script. So let's open up our script. And we can delete when the world is started. and add a when trigger is entered by player, because our pom-pom will be touch sensitive. When we touch our pom-pom, that is when it will change colors. So that is our control. Let's go to an action, a magic action. Paint to object. And so let's choose a color. Let's go to our paint colors. And in case you don't know like the color here of blue, an easy way to do that is to grab a block, paint it the color you want, open up the property panel, look at the attributes, and plug in the color. So we're going to add .24, 0.31, and 0.83. Return. And we want this to change this color on the variable of our hat, touching our hat, our pom-pom. So let's make it an object and write pom. That's perfect. And we'll add this variable into this spot. Okay. Now, once we turn it blue, then what? Maybe we want it to reset back to yellow. So let's go to motion. Or maybe it's actually a magic effect. Reset world state. That will do it. But wait, we also want it to play a visual effect also. So play a visual effect on Pom. On Sparkle. Let's add another effect. This is an object. Sparkle. Return. Sparkle. And that sparkle will also reset by stopping when the world state resets. Okay. Do we want it to do anything else? It could play a sound. It could play a little animation, or hide an object, or disable. It could change our gravity, or display text. Let's animate the pom-pom to also go up and down a little bit, but not the hat. Okay, so we're going to animate this pom-pom. I just opened up the property panels by pushing the joystick up to the property panels, opening it, clicking over, seeing the motion, going to animated. We're going to hit record. We're going to move the ball up and loop it and not play it on start, but attach it to the script. So let's do that. Let's record. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Stop. All right, that's cute. We're not going to loop it. But let's see what that looks like. Okay, that's cute. And remember that ball will be blue at that time. Attach it to our script. And we also have to attach our sparkles to our script. And they all need to be attached to our trigger, which is attached to our script. First, our changing the color of the pom-pom. So selecting pom into the pom trigger and referencing it again. And our sparkle into sparkle trigger and bringing our reference to sparkle. This is it. And now we place our trigger over. First, let's connect the sparkle and the pom-pom as one object. So we're grouping those together. Now we're adding our trigger over our pom-pom. And we're going to group the whole thing together and make it a wearable. Let's close our scripts or our property panels and open up the new group property panel. We're going to go to, there's visible collidable motion. Let's first make it grabbable. And now going to more. We are going to allow it to be sticky to everybody's head. And that's it. Okay, let's try it out. First, we're going to delete this square, and we're going to put our two pom-pom hats, hat 1 and hat 2, together also in our gizmo stack. Let's grab our hat and try it out. It's huge. Let's scale it way down. And we have this little spawn figure that we can scale it on. It's perfect. And I'm going to set it here to try it out. Hey, there's the hat. It's still pretty big compared to the other one, I notice. Okay, ready? Here is the brr. It's windy and the sky feels much colder. And whew, frio. Let's put on our hat and try it out. My hope is that, well, first of all, I see the sparkles. So it's not supposed to sparkle right away. It's only supposed to sparkle when the hat changes color. So we're gonna see where our mistakes are and fail forward. Let's check it out. It is grabbable. Put it on my head. And when I touch the, oh, yay! Blue, yellow. So that part worked, changing the colors, but the sparkle did not. So let's go back into builder mode and see where our problems are. We have everything well organized here. All I have to do is Open up my hat. And let's ungroup. The problem is somewhere here in our sparkle. Let's ungroup these two. Open up sparkle. And yeah, see, I accidentally have play on start pressed. Okay, let's put it all back together. First of all, we want to create the sparkle pom pom relationship, because they'll rise up together. Now, put our trigger back on our pom pom. Group everything together. And come on back down. Let's make the hat a little smaller and fit me better. I am anticipating this to be a success this time. It feels so cold when I am on the ground because of that windy wind sound. So let's grab our hat. Oh, it's not grabbable. We forgot to do that. So once again, because we ungrouped, we have to make it grabbable as a group. And sticky again to everybody's head. I'm able to grab it. Let's do this with the selfie cam so I can see and you can see. Okay, here's our hat. It's not sparkling and it has a yellow pom-pom. What I hope to see is when I touch it, it will turn blue and sparkle, and then after a second, turn back to yellow. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Success! Oh, and the sparkles stayed. They did not reset. Okay, well, let's look at our script again. That's the older script. This is the new script. Play visual effects. Okay, stop visual effects. Once you reset the world state, stop visual effects. The sparkle. Okay, ready? Let's test. This is literally how it is done. Every time you build something, it's its own little mini hackathon. You just fail forward and keep on going until it fits your vision. So here we go. This is our horizon hat. And my anticipation is that when I touch the yellow pom-pom, it's going to sparkle, turn blue, and then reset to yellow with no sparkle. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Where's our sparkle? Okay, let's check it again. Okay, one more time. I just changed the script. I moved something around. Let's see. No sparkle. then let's get rid of that stop visual effect. And now see if it's doing where we started, with turning colors and having a sparkle. Yes, there we go. Okay, well, I'm happy with that. It changes from, the pom-pom changes from blue to yellow, and the sparkle just continues, but I'm feeling like the sparkle is okay. I'm happy to work with that and feel sparkly from it. In this how-to session, we've taken the last half an hour to talk about how to build and create an interactive hat with particle effects and simple scripting that changes color. We've also grouped objects together, we've manipulated shapes, and tried some cool gizmos. Before we finish with these thoughts, we also changed our environment to be much more wintry. We added wind, we changed the climate sky around us so that it wasn't such a warm springy day, but again a colder winter day, which is still what we need. We want to consider climate justice and wellness in the way we build, and use these tools to talk more. So let's end it by going over to the fire and listing off a couple of things that you can do today in order to learn more about climate and winter, and why it's important that it still stays cold, and why it doesn't mean that climate change isn't happening if we have like warmer springs or colder winter. What we need are colder winters and more consistency, not extreme temperatures. And the warmth adds precipitation into the air, and that precipitation will make greater storms, snow blizzards, and like extreme weather effects. So that's our building climate session today. And most of all, I'm just really excited about this pom-pom that changes color, and that we built it together by trying, failing, trying more, and working together. We did it. All right. See you next Friday, hopefully, for Climate Fridays.